There are so many amazing moments in Julie and the Phantoms, but which ones are the best? Let's find out. Moment number 1, Julie's reaction to Luke and the Ghosts. Although there's only been one season of Julie and the Phantoms so far, the show has been filled with plenty of unforgettable moments. The first time Julie laid eyes on Luke and the rest of the Phantoms was pretty hilarious and beyond memorable. She was so stunned by what she was seeing that the first thing she did was scream. A pretty natural and normal human response, if you ask us. The second thing she thought to do was to grab a religious cross, for her own protection, of course. Hilariously enough, the ghostly boys thought that Julie was a witch because of the way she was gripping that cross. She was totally aiming it towards them as if it was a weapon. Soon enough, Julie and the ghosts became familiar enough with each other, and she realized she didn't need a cross to protect her. The boys were harmless and had no bad intentions whatsoever. All they wanted to do was play some music. Moment number 2, Reggie's invisible dance move. Once the boys realized that they were back from the dead, yet still able to perform music on stage with Julie, there were a lot of questions floating around their heads. First of all, how was it possible for them to be visible while performing music, but as soon as the music came to an end, they instantly became invisible? Reggie was quick to be the one to test things out by hopping up onto a higher platform and busting some very awkward dance moves. Luckily, after doing that, he and his buddies established that they were indeed invisible unless they were performing music. Reggie should maybe stick with electric guitar playing and leave the dance moves to the experts. Moment number 3, when Alex had no clue who Justin Bieber was. One of the things that the boys missed out on before being brought back as ghosts is all of the modern-day pop culture references most normal individuals know about, including info on celebrities who rose to fame over the course of the last 25 years. Arguably, one of the biggest celebrities in existence today is Justin Bieber. When his first song, One Time, was released in 2010, it was a chart topper and it put Justin on the map. These days, Justin Bieber is married to the beautiful Hailey Baldwin and totally winning at life. It is hard to imagine anybody who doesn't know who he is, and it is pretty impossible to cross paths with someone who's never heard of his name, unless you're a ghost, of course. To stay updated with the way the world of music has changed since they passed away, Alex and the rest of the ghosts should definitely educate themselves on the top pop artists they missed out on. Moment number 4, when Julie sings Wake Up. Julie is played by an extremely talented actress named Madison Reyes, who really knows what she's doing when it comes to the art of music. Her singing voice is very powerful and beyond unforgettable. In the scene where she sits down at the piano and starts to play those first beautiful notes, viewers already know that an amazing song is about to be performed. The lyrics of the song encourage people to make their dreams come true, fight back against their demons, find their inner strength, and wake up to live a life as full as possible. Watching Madison Reyes embody the character of Julie while performing this song is so worth it. This is one of the songs from the series that has already reached over 7 million views on YouTube. Kenny Ortega knew exactly what he was doing when he cast Madison Reyes as Julie. In fact, she beat out hundreds of other teenagers who were auditioning for the same role. He told Collider, "We found Madison Reyes after 1,000 letters went out to high schools of the performing arts, all across America and Canada. She was a 14-year-old girl that had never been in front of a camera or in a recording studio before. We'd seen hundreds of girls until we saw her, and when that video got put in front of me, I was just bedazzled. I was like, that's the girl to beat. There's the authenticity I'm looking for, the voice I'm looking for, the heart and spirit, and the innocence." Madison's talent shines through in every single episode of the show. Moment number 5, Alex joining Dirty Candy's performance. Alex really showed off his dance moves when he popped into the middle of Dirty Candy's performance of All Eyes on Me. Dirty Candy is a girl group that consists of 5 girls led by their beautiful lead singer, Carrie Wilson. The girl group is known for wearing brightly colored wigs, matching outfits, and singing songs that fit flawlessly into the pop music genre. When Alex hit the stage with the girl group, he was definitely in his element. It was obvious to anyone seeing him dance that Dirty Candy's style is definitely right up his alley. Alex has a very fun and playful vibe, so the fact that he blends in with such a vibrant and colorful girl group like Dirty Candy is not surprising at all. Moment number 6, when Luke's jealousy was way too obvious. Julie and Luke clearly have a thing for each other, and even though they haven't yet shared a kiss, it is still obvious that the flirtations have always been there. It's no secret that the two main characters are ultimately going to end up together. Luke was quick to poke fun at one of Julie's classmates because of Luke's super obvious feelings for Julie. When Julie's classmate was complimenting her and making it known that he was excited to work with her on their big upcoming performance, Luke wasn't too pleased about it. He made fun of the boy relentlessly. Julie did her best to play it cool. According to TV Guide, Madison Reyes is totally on board for the relationship between Julie and Luke to happen. She said, "I'm excited to see how it's going to play out. I'm wondering if Julie will maybe start to like Nick now or not," she teased. "I'm not sure she's solid on Luke, but I'm very much Team Juke. I need Julie and Luke to happen. Anything that stops that, I'm kind of like, no, let's just not." We can proudly admit that we are on Team Juke too. Moment number 7, this hug between Alex and Willy. We all know that a relationship is slowly blossoming between Alex and Willy, and it is super exciting. The representation of LGBTQ characters has become super important in modern television and movies. When Alex and Willy held onto each other tightly for a hug, it was an extremely sweet moment to see. It really helps open the door for what's to come in season 2 of the show between Alex and Willy. Owen Joyner plays the role of Alex, and he talked about working with Boo Boo Stewart, the actor who plays Willy, with so much respect and admiration. According to TV Line, he said, "Boo Boo's the best. He's the coolest guy ever. He was a guest star, so he wasn't with us at our 7 weeks of rehearsals and training. We had all become best friends by then, and we were going into filming the show with this real friendship. Boo Boo and I were worried because we had to create a relationship out of nowhere, but he touched down the day before we started filming and was like, 'Can I come over and run lines?' So we did that for a couple of hours. He's just the coolest guy ever, so it was all really natural." Yes, fans are excited to see Julie and Luke get together, but maybe even a little more excited to see Alex and Willy. Moment number 8, the group's performance of Flying Solo. Julie sat down in front of her piano keyboard and microphone and started singing the lyrics of Flying Solo for her best friend Flynn. Once the boys appeared, Flynn was absolutely shocked and didn't even know how to react. Her jaw dropped in total confusion. By the time they were finished singing the song, Flynn was totally on board with everything and was no longer weirded out by any of it. She was way too impressed by the music to be fearful about the fact that Julie was performing next to a bunch of ghosts. Flynn even stuck her hand through Reggie's arm while he was holding his electric guitar. Moment number 9, Julie's visit to Luke's parents. Talk about an emotional roller coaster. When Julie paid a visit to Luke's parents to talk to them about Luke, it became tearjerker city. Luke's parents had to deal with his untimely passing so many years ago, so when Julie came to them with an updated message, it impacted them deeply. When Julie first arrived at Luke's parents' house, she introduced herself and offered Luke's father the lyrics of a song that Luke wrote. Julie was quickly invited inside, and they all discussed the fact that the song was written for a female friend named Emily, which meant that it was written specifically for Luke's mother. This emotional scene is beyond unforgettable because Luke got to see his parents' reaction to his lyrics. Moment number 10, when they performed Stand Tall. Stand Tall was a super powerful performance by Julie and the Phantoms. They performed it at the Orpheum so that the boys could finish their unfinished business and finally get the chance to cross over into the afterlife. The reason this song makes such an impact is because it was in the finale episode, and there was so much meaning behind it. The lyrics of the song clearly tell whoever is listening that they need to stand up and stand tall regardless of what's going on around them. It's pretty much as inspirational as a song can possibly get. The combination of Julie's 80s-themed purple dress with the fireworks exploding in the background add to the magnificence of this amazing finale performance. Which performance by Julie and the Phantoms was the most unforgettable to you? Are you more excited to see Julie and Luke's relationship unfold, or do you care more about Willy and Alex's relationship? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stay awesome.